Hello friends, acquaintances, and enemies of all ages. My name is Combat Bird, and today we're going to take a look at
Fury Unleashed,
a new action-packed side-scrolling roguelike that comes out today. Stylized like a comic book, Fury Unleashed has you shooting and slashing your way through each panel one by one, collecting ink and trying to make it to the next chapter. But Fury Unleashed brings something new to the table with its combo system. As you progress through each panel, it's in your best interest to kill as many enemies as you can without taking damage, and without letting your combo meter ever run out. This results in enemies dropping even more ink. Weapons, armor, superpowers, these are all things you'll come across or spend ink on, and most certainly things you'll want to collect along the way if you want to stand any chance of beating the big baddie at the end of Chapter 3. Maintaining a combo will also result in enemies dropping more health, and trust me, you're going to need it. Fury Unleashed will not be holding your hand, and like many games in the roguelike genre, can be very difficult. However, the game strikes what I would consider to be a perfect balance of difficulty and fun. The combo system forces the player to make a decision of whether or not to take a risk and go for an even higher combo, resulting in more loot, or to play it safe, which might save you some health now, but will cost you in purchasing power later in the run. This is the type of difficulty I love in games, rewarding the player based not only on their skills, but their decision making as well. Fury Unleashed also has player upgrades that persist outside of runs, meaning even if you aren't all that great at the game, with enough of a grind, the game will get at least a little bit easier as you level up your character. And if that still isn't enough, the game offers an easier difficulty for players who just want to relax and have fun playing. Although, to be completely honest, it's impossible for me to not have fun playing this game. You can sprint, air dash, stomp, and double jump. But the execution is done so well that Fury Unleashed has what I would consider some of the best movement I've played in years. Everything feels fluid, responsive, and when you mix that with the combo system, it's almost the same feeling I get from playing a rhythm game. Aesthetically, Fury Unleashed looks great. Each comic has a drastically different theme so that they all really stand out. This goes for both the enemies and the environments. You can be fighting shaman skeletons in one comic to cybernetic Nazis in the next. This not only helps shake things up visually, but changes what enemies are capable of. You aren't just fighting generic Grunt 36, but this time in a different costume, which might sound like a silly thing to say, but play enough of these types of games and it really makes you appreciate a large enemy variety. And the last thing I wanted to touch on was that Fury Unleashed has an awesome co-op mode. Grab a friend, or a sidekick in this case, and take on these worlds together. A lot of roguelikes I've played that have co-op make it seem like an afterthought, something added to the game because that's what players would want. But if you told me that Fury Unleashed was designed around this co-op, I'd believe you. It's so good, it blows my mind. Everything just works well. You share upgrades, ink, and equipment, which plays into the decision making I spoke about earlier in the video. I think the only thing I'd add would be some sort of scorekeeping system so that there can still be a little bit of a competitive edge amongst friends. Alright guys, if you couldn't tell, I love this game. Fury Unleashed is everything I want from a roguelike and more. I'm only about 10 hours into it so far, but I can imagine in a couple of months that'll be well over 100. I'll put a link down below if you want to purchase the game, because I repeat, the full release comes out today, May 8th, 2020. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and as always, have a wonderful rest of your day.